my best friend growing up wasn't my best friend because we are naturally aligned. When that goes, you start to see the true colors of the actual relationship.
Your advice to me is just believe in myself. Thank you. What do you think I'm trying to
Check.
do? Yeah, check. Thank you.
Yeah, when you move through real work, on the other side of it, there are going to be people that don't make the turn with you. And that's one of the hardest parts of it. It doesn't matter what the problem is, doesn't matter what flavor it is, addiction, depression, anxiety, overwork, burnout. When you go to fix it, you built your life around it. And you're going to lose people when you fix it.
100%. Alcohol, perfect example. I started quitting drinking 10 years ago. I playfully joked, took me 5 years to quit. Used to count the days. I'm at 6+ years now. Mm-hmm. And you realize in hindsight, and I think this is a big distinction for people, and I want people to know I'm not just talking. I track my hours. I do coaching, training, podcasting, 11,006. I'm an engineer, so everything's metrics for me. So I've met people all over the world. I'm not just talking. So what I've found is people think relationships are about the relationship. What I've come to understand, and I've been coaching couples now for 5, coming up on 6 years. Emilia and I were just talking about a couple that just signed up I'm excited about. Married couples, 13+ years, the whole 9. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that for credibility. It's important to know I'm not just talking. What I've come to realize is that my best friend growing up wasn't my best friend because we are naturally aligned. It was my best friend because we lived on the same street. Yeah. And one of my best friends in high school was a big Halo 2 player. And I was a semi-pro gamer, Halo 2, 20th in the world, the whole thing. And I loved it. I was obsessed. We were close, not because we were close. He was from Georgia. We were close because we both play Halo. And it turns out when you drink and you grow up in a drinking environment and then you surround yourself with other people who like to party, eventually when you quit drinking, the thing that was the glue holding the relationship together, aka the mutual core value or mutual passion or mutual whatever, when that goes, you start to see the true colors of the actual relationship. So I think goals, like even right now, you and I met as a byproduct of our mutual goals and our mutual core value of personal development.
Well, I think it goes back to the men bonding side to side instead of face to face. And I think that's the other thing that I see a lot of like 20-somethings struggle with is so much of their life is enabled online, but there's no real proximity there.
Yeah.
And you need proximity for relationship, and you need relationship to balance out your grit and your goals. And the ways to be successful at it are very simple. You'll hear them over and over, right? Work out, have some discipline, get some grit, take care of yourself. Yeah. It's simple, not easy. It's the complexity that everybody has to find themselves, because nobody's going to find that for you.
Yeah. This was my gripe in the beginning. I never resonated with anybody in our space because I could tell they all had like Allen level self-belief. It's like, you don't know. Your advice to me is just
there's no struggle there.
Yeah, like just believe in myself. Thank you. What do you think I'm trying to do?
Check.
Yeah, check. Thank you. Have you ever thought of just not being anxious? Yes, I have. It didn't work for me. What do you want me to tell you?
I dream about it every night.
All the
Thanks
time.
for asking.
All the freaking time. That was always my gripe is I do not believe you can actually help me until you've actually understood what it's like to live through life with my human experience. Fundamentals, sure. I have found that so many of the most successful people are only, not less now than ever, mostly talking about external stuff. They're not talking about self-worth. They're not talking about escapism. They're not talking about that. It's go to the gym, be disciplined, build grit. That's great. That's awesome. And half the equation, right? That's the visible half the equation. But that was always really hard for me is because the people who I wanted to take advice from, I knew their advice wasn't necessarily for me. And a lot of the people I looked for who had the external success that I desired never talked about the other side of the equation. So I didn't know where to get that type of advice.
You know, as you're talking about that, I can't help of thinking about having an almost exact opposite experience. So I'm a therapist, right? We dig around in your psyche. I love my job of just like, hey, let's go into you. Like, we're going to get in there. We're going to figure you out. This is going to be a blast and you're amazing. And we're going to figure out how to help you know that. Love my job. Never going to do anything else in my life if I can help it. And my colleagues, it's 4 out of 5 women. It's a lot of people with a lot of empathy, right? Like you're literally a professional empath. They're not the most goal-driven folks. They're the ones that when they look at you and Alan, they're like, there's something wrong with them.
Right.
As opposed to, and I see it all the time, guys come to me, I'll be their second or third therapist. And part of why the other therapist didn't work out is because they never had any goals. Like, look, man, I need to know what we're aiming for. And when I leave her, I want something to do. Like, give me something to do. And I think it's been really nice kind of entering into a little bit more of the self-help lane and like getting in touch with you all and seeing how that impact goes. But that out of balance thing in the fields is incredibly profound, right? Like in the coaching end, it's just all performance. And on the therapy end, it's all kind of ego-driven self-exploration. And you need both. You just need both.
Alan says all the time, if you're looking, and again, I will expand on it because I don't think it's this cut and dry, but if you're looking for a coach, you need a therapist. If you're looking for a therapist, you need a coach. I think everybody needs both, right? Realistically. Goals are so important in progressing as a human and building self-belief and self-worth and self-efficacy. So important. Talking about the past and talking about what has happened to you and what has happened because of what has happened to you is so important. I think it's just a mix of the two. I think the problem is you can't see the second one. You can only see, well, Kev, he's got muscles. I could listen to him on fitness advice. That's cool. Don't listen to me when I start talking about relationships if I don't know anything about relationships, because just because I have one silo filled up does not mean I have the others, right? And social media is a weird place.